The 2018 Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival did it bigger and better again, bringing together the largest collection of GTRs in Australia. There was action all day both on and off track. In the morning, the focus was on the pit area with the MACHINA MAGICA Show and Shine, workshop areas and traders. Traders Alley had some of the latest and greatest performance products for GTRs, as well as official Nismo merchandise, collectibles and more for fans to check out and buy. Naming rights sponsor Nitto Performance Engineering also had their catalogue of parts on display. The racing entertainment in the morning came in the form of the Motorcana, which was open to all cars to enter. The biggest attraction of the 2018 Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival is the cars themselves. Over 200 GTRs makes it the largest gathering in Australia, with everything from concourse to tough street car to show winner, with every style from mild to wild, hardcore JDM, time attack spec, drag spec and everything in between. And of course, almost every model and special edition of GTR, including the legendary Nismo Z-Tune. The cars are parked either in the area for their model or in the showcase, which showcases some of the best examples of GTRs, in the car club areas, including Skylines Australia and R32 GTR Owners Australia, or in the workshop areas, which features Australia's premier GTR tuners such as Matux Racing, B2R Motorsport, Croydon Racing Developments, Power Tune, Dartone Racing, Just Engine Management and Motorsports Mechanical. But all cars are judged as part of the MACHINA MAGICA Show and Shine. It's not an easy job, but with years of experience and specialising in restoring GTRs, Tim from MACHINA MAGICA is the head judge.
This year the caliber's been much better than the last 2 years. I've noticed a lot of more people are bringing cars out this year that have been finished. I'm noticing a lot of fresh paint jobs that are here today. So it's a good sign, and it's a sign that people are actually taking an interest in accelerating these cars for an event like this. And that's, I guess, the main catalyst for something like this is that people get passionate and get about meeting up and getting these cars preserved. So some of the quality of paint that I've seen today is fantastic. It's honestly, it's got better each year, and it's certainly an event that we look to having a continuing future with. I think probably the main thing that I'd say are 32s this year have been incredible. There's been so many for the judging, and that's been the most noticeable increase is in that 32 market, and I'm predicting the 33s will soon follow.
With so many cars to judge, it takes a while to narrow down the best.
we specialise in restoring GTRs, and we got involved with the first GTR festival, which was a great idea. It had never happened in Australia before, and we decided that it was something that was solely focused on our business model. And there's been quite a few different restoration companies over the years, but when it comes to Japanese domestic models, they tend to shy away, or they don't have the expertise, parts sourcing, and they don't have the, I guess, the appetite financially. It's never been a viable model in the past to justify having a company that solely restores JDM. We basically we saw that there was an opportunity in the market. A lot of people had come to us and said, do you know of anybody who's doing just GTR restorations? And at the time, nobody did. In the past, it really hadn't been a business model that was viable. And once the values of the cars started going up, people started getting them out of the sheds and garages and saying, let's get these things back on the road and restored. We basically, I have a passion for GTRs. I've been around the scene for a very long time. I refined my skills over the last sort of 20 odd years on working on these cars, particularly with Power Play and others in the early days. The business was started because I couldn't see classic car restorers and other people that I would send my own cars to. And so I thought, well, how would I do it, and how would I start a business, and how would I make it an affordable business model for people to access? So that's how we started. So we've got a lot of space up there to be able to do this business model, whereby we can just charge for the hours people want, and we don't need them to pick up the car. We can store it for them if they don't want work done.
The cars were the stars, but Motive and Nismo girls provided some more eye candy. One of the main attractions of the Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival is the drag racing for two main reasons. One, you don't get to see GTRs go head-to-head very often, and two, the showdown between the 7-second street GTR monsters. Matux Racing with King 32, Croydon Racing Developments with Jun 2, and joining the fight again was C&V Performance with RH7. The Matux Racing crew made themselves known with a grand entrance of an army of cars. There was a range of categories to suit all types of GTR setups and power levels, which made for some great side-by-side racing all afternoon. There was also some imposters in attendance, putting on a show and running some great times. The Precision Automotive Racing stock turbo class was the biggest R35 group by far, and the quickest by far was Regan's R35, running into the 9s on an internally stock engine with stock turbos.
What did I get? 487. Hold the thumb up. Give me a thumbs up. Hang on. Perfect. That's one race.
In the R35 stock frame turbo class, Mark SEGUNA came out with his new Precision Automotive Racing setup, packing some serious heat and managed to go 9.433 on a back-off, with only 87 mile per hour, showing that it will run well into the 8s on a full pass. The stock turbo class was taken out by Adam in his R32 GTR. The twin turbo class was won by Matthew Spratt in his R33. The RH9 class was taken out by Con Pili in the Matux Racing built and tuned R32 with a 9.133. It won't be long till Con's H pattern is into the 8s. The RH8 class was won by Hannibal, now with a new owner and back in Sydney. The main show was the epic showdown between the 7-second street GTR monsters. After some time off the road to sort things out, John Apostolopoulos was back in RH7. He didn't take long to find his groove this time, running a 7.60 by the end of the day.
You're back, mate. You're back. I just wanted to say welcome back.
Thank you.
And that wasn't even a great run, and it was still a 7.6 and 186.
It was a bit soft. It was only 129 to the 60. 118 was on the cards. We're trying to better it, obviously, but obviously this is the first time the car's gone down in 8 months. So we're just happy to go A to B. Got a number on the board. We've got something to go back with. Here we come.
I'm glad you're back. It's back to a threesome again.
Yes, it is. It's a threesome.
You stood back and watched for a while.
I'm a twins guy, but threesomes, I'll go with a threesome, no problem.
Can we send to the hood yet?
Yeah, of course you can.
Come on, let's go. There's a lot of rumours floating around at the moment. There's a lot of rumours. Are we ready? I've heard 50 rumours today. You ready? Okay, I'm ready.
I've heard 2 rumours.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let's go.
1, 2.
There's twins,
No, there's just one, bro. I've only got one other.
There's 3. We're using the new compound system. People are talking about it, but not many people know about it. But it's all good. Yeah, no, it's all good. Because twins are better.
The big grudge match was between King 32 and Jun 2. Jun 2 took the record back just before the event with a 7:28. So it was on like Donkey Kong for both Anthony and Rob to try and retake the record. Rob and Anthony fought the track and car issues all day, and the record wasn't to be. But both still wanted to take home the win for the event. After a few runs, Anthony put down a 7.431 and was in the lead. On Rob's last run, he knew the engine was tired, so they turned up the boost and gave it everything. The engine was pushing water, and on this run, a little too much, and it went under the tyres, giving Rob the ride of his life. But somehow, he not only held it, but managed to beat King 32's time by only 1/1000th of a second.
So first up is the quickest time in the CRD Drag Radial Pro category. He won it by 1/1000th of a second.
1/1000th of a second. Awesome.
And secondly, world's quickest Skyline. We had that in case you broke the record, but you've got it anyway, so it's on there.
All right, thanks.
Do that.
Thank you very much.
And that has to go on the car now.
No worries.
GDR power, mate, for Australia.
All right, done.
Oh, one more thing. Cash.
What can I say? Thank you.
How hard was it, mate? What happened?
Yeah, that last pass, hairy.
We've seen
So what
the
happened?
in-car.
Okay, so it pushed, it popped the hose off, and water got under the right tyre. It got crossed up. It basically, just after the 1,000 foot, went sideways, crossed the line, trying to save it, was all over. And I didn't know actually what time, I didn't know what the time was, I didn't know nothing. My heart was in my hands, and I was thinking, how the hell did I not hit the wall?
It was
Seriously,
crazy.
man.
It was crazy.
I was, like,
All right, it was an epic battle once again, only 1/1000th of a second, but you guys gave it everything you had.
Still number 2.
For how long though?
We don't know.
Not long, I don't think.
We're gonna give it a rub. It's still alive, but it's still alive.
Still alive. So the battle, everyone keeps saying the battle's not over. It's just begun.
It's never over until it goes 6s. I don't know how long, but
There you go. You've heard it right here. 6s is where it's at. Appreciate you guys' support. Well done, fellas.
The GTR scene continues to grow from strength to strength, and we're confident the event will grow even bigger and better.